This is Jeremy Van Gelder with Friends of Road 4109. I am standing here at the end of Road 4109, the Silver Star Trailhead. Beautiful spot. I just hiked up from the bottom from our assembly area where we start our projects and took a whole bunch of pictures as I came up with OpenStreetCam to document the condition of the road after the winter of 2019-2020. We did a number of projects in 2019 up here, and I'm happy to say that a lot of them held up. Some of them didn't. The one shortcut that we cut off was reopened by some four-wheelers, and there's a few of the water bars that we repaired that didn't hold up, but most of them did, and I think you'll see in some pictures and some videos exactly what we did. So I'm going to walk down the trail now and just show you some points of interest. Just for a point of reference, this is an area up near the top, just out of the parking lot, where we weren't able to work last year, pretty high up. Wasn't able to work this far up. This is what it looks like. I'm seeing really orange clay here exposed at this higher elevation. Might be of interest to any soil scientists who'd like to give us a hand. But yeah, there's very little gravel on the road surface, very deep ruts. This is about 18 inches at least deep here. Probably easiest to show it from the downhill side. But yeah, this is what it looks like in areas where we haven't been able to do anything. Here is a water bar that's been washed out pretty mildly for what goes on up here, but you can see how once that rut gets through the water bar, then it just continues down and keeps causing problems. The water just gets away and erodes as far as it can. Following that same rut a bit further down, you can see heading into that corner just gets so deep. And if I read the scene correctly as it was coming up, off to the right-hand side, there would have been a ditch back in the day that would have taken all this water off of the road and plunged it into the valley off on the right side of this turn, where it wouldn't bug the road anymore, wouldn't cause any more damage. But as you can see, it just keeps continuing on. There's another, yeah, I think that used to be another water bar up ahead here as the road straightens out, and that was just blown through as well. So this is the sort of thing that we're trying to fix up here. So a couple 100 feet more on, the rut still continues. There's another water bar up ahead that might as well not even be there. You know, people ask me, hey, fewer people can get up this road, isn't that great? Can't we leave it the way it is? But the problem is that it's not going to stay the way it is. It has been getting worse due to the lack of maintenance, and pretty soon it's just going to be a gully, which is fun if you're a trials rider, I suppose, but pretty difficult for anyone else to get up here. Up the road now, you see where we have these deep new cuts. That's where active erosion is happening up here, where the water bars are all failed. And if you pay attention down where our water bars are working, you don't see that anymore. You see much more rounded edges. So we've been following this rut for about a quarter mile now, and it finally runs into this series of puddles here. All that water from up ahead, up on the road, just keeps going and goes into one puddle after another. until we get to a puddle up there. So up at this next puddle coming up, someone actually drained it out, and actually someone just drove through this puddle, brought a Jeep through, and so you can see the water that splashed out making its way down. But up here, someone actually dug a channel to drain it. That's why it's so low, and that's where all the water's going. That's why beyond on the other side of the puddle, there isn't any ruts. So I can't claim that Friends of Road 4109 did this. Don't remember if we got up this far or not, or if some other person did. I'll give it credit to anyone who wants to take it, I suppose. But yeah, it goes off, wanders into the valley down there, and whoever did this did a very good job. That's a large part of why this next section of road is in such good shape, as you can see. I believe this is the highest we got last year. Now it's big puddle here, and we drained it. So, and that drain is still working, lower than everything else, so the water just comes off the road and is no longer a problem road-wise. So here we see a water bar that we weren't able to quite completely fix, or the fix didn't last through the winter anyways. You can see have the outlet channel for the water bar, but it was just bit too full, or it filled up. Cars filled it in something and broke through. I mean, there's not, the water bar really just needs to be higher there if it's going to be a more permanent fixture. And just take a look here at the road, how it's a lot smoother, even though we weren't able to keep that water bar fixed right up above where we are. A lot smoother. Rut is a lot less deep. And up ahead here, see a water bar that is in good repair, able to shunt that water off to the side. Probably needs to be a bit bigger also, but it's still working after a winter melt out. And now we're walking up to another water bar that is working flawlessly. Got good depth here. Yeah. And we didn't do anything to fill in the ruts below any of the water bars that we repaired, so there either wasn't damage down here, or with cars coming up and somewhat leveling out the dirt and gravel, it's starting to improve itself just by not having the water come down and make things worse. So seeing lots of benefits, being really proud of all my volunteers who helped last year. We did a good job, guys. And uphill now, back to the area that had the deepest rut last year, the area that I really wanted to fix. So on our second event, the first one where we were official volunteers with the Forest Service, we got up here and did that. And well, let's see how it turned out. So it's now a water bar, which I think it might have been originally. Still pretty deep, still pretty ruddy, but smoother and easier to drive over. So Gonna call this a lot better than it was. You're probably looking at some before and after shots from last spring when I was up here. I'd say this is better. I'm pretty happy with it.